Hi, Mark. Here. It's Friday, February the 13th, going on 10 a.m. Eastern. That's going on 3 p.m. GMT. US session now well underway. Let's have a look at the US dollar's performance last session and trading day of the week. US dollar trying to fight its way, as we've seen the last 3 days after being sold off going into this week. It has maintained holding strong and trying to fight its way back with not much success. You see the wicks at the top of these very small daily candlesticks trying higher, unable to maintain above that 97 level. I've got support at 96.82. We'll see whether US dollar buyers can reattempt or try finish the week on a strong footing and get back up to this 97 level or higher, or if you're going to see dollar weakness through the US session and US dollar give up the small gains that we've seen and sellers look down at the 96.72 support level. Pretty flat for now as the US session does get underway. Let's have a look at the majors. And there you see the euro US past 4 days selling euro, buying US. Again, US is trying to show some strength, fight its way back. Not really much. Yesterday was a doji. Today, a very narrow body of the candlestick. I've got resistance this morning at 118.83. I've got support at 118.51, between 30 and 40 pips, very narrow range. We'll see whether selling euro, buying US, if US dollar strength can continue and sellers look down at that support level and then look down to the 118, or if we're going to get a turnaround and from dollar strength to dollar weakness and buyers of euro, sellers of US look up at the 118.83 resistance area. The pound against the US, pretty flat doji-like candlestick, has tried higher and lower. I've got at this point my support sitting at 135.87. I've got resistance at 136.42. Narrow range. You can see lower highs and lower lows and a downtrend at this point. If that continues and we see selling pound, buying US and US dollar strength, sellers will be looking down at that support level. If we get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar, buyers of pound, sellers of US will look up at this 136.42 resistance level to try and push higher. US dollar against the yen. US dollar has been very weak against the strong yen uh, this past week. You can see all the way from 157.64, that was the 9th of February, right down yesterday to 152.28. Try a slight fight back from the US today. I've got support at 152.71. I've got resistance at 153.73. That's buying US, selling yen. We see the wick at the top of the body. So that's a turnaround and selling US, buying yen. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see this turnaround over the past 6 hours through the European session, now into the US session, looking for a continuation of uh, dollar weakness and yen strength. On the hourly, you can see it's been range trading around this area, opportunities to buy off support level, sell off resistance level, and trading the range. If we stand back a little on the daily, here you see the big picture, and we'll see whether the range continues and US dollar buyers do look up to this resistance level, or if, as the week closes out, US dollar is sold off against the yen and we see activity around the support area. Let's have a look at the US against the Canadian. There you see US dollar certainly over the past 3 days continuing today to show some strength against the Canadian. I've got third consecutive higher low. Buyers looking to match the intraday resistance at 136.37. That's same as yesterday's resistance. Buyers will look to break above that, see if they can maybe get up towards the 137 level. If you're going to get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar, sellers will look to bounce down off this level and come down to the 135.54 support level. So pretty flat at this point. US dollar has started strong today against most of the majors. We'll see if that can be maintained. Narrow ranges at this point, resistance and support levels we do have to work with. Good trading, and I will see you at end of day session.